Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Jane's Fighters Anthology as we continue on with the reference materials. Our last episode for today will be the E-8C. E-8A, that's interesting, they have E-8C up here, but E-8A there. Little miscommunication there. E-8J Stars. Title, Northrop Grumman E-8J Stars. Type, Long Range Radar Reconnaissance Aircraft. Program name, Joint Surveillance and Target Attack Radar System, or JSTARS. I've alternatively heard it referred to as Joint Stars. Program, full-scale development contract to Grumman, 27th of September, 1985. Two Boeing 707-328Cs purchased from American Airlines and Qantas as EC-18C testbeds, later redesignated E-8A. First aircraft for modification reached Boeing Military Airplanes, Wichita, January 1986. Delivered to Grumman, Airborne Systems Division, Florida, 31st of July 1987. Second aircraft to Wichita, June 1986, for delivery to Grumman, autumn of 1988. First flight in full JSTARS configuration, tail number 86-0416/N770JS, 22nd of December 1981. First flight of a second aircraft, tail number 86-0417/N8411, 31st of August 1989. First instantaneous transmission to ground station, August 1989. European trials, February through March 1990, tail number N770JS, and September 1990. Tail number 86-0417. Original requirement for 22 new build aircraft and 100 ground stations, amended to 20 second-hand Boeing 707s. ILC planned in 1997 with 5 aircraft, but emergency interim capability achieved for Gulf War against Iraq, 1991. Low-rate initial production advanced procurement contract signed by USAF, 24th of April 1992. Progress review, May of 1993. Authorized first 6 production aircraft at 2 per year. Further review then to consider outstanding 12. Design features: Boeing 707-320C airliner converted with 7.32 meter 24-foot canoe fairing under forward fuselage, offset to starboard for phased array side-looking airborne radar. I think that's what SLAR is. Power plant, 480.1 kilonewtons or 18,000 pounds force Pratt & Whitney JT3D-3B turbojet C, weights and loadings for fuel. Avionics, Norden AN/APY-3 multi-mode side-looking radar, synthetic aperture or SAR mode, used to detect stationary objects, such as parked tanks up to 81 to 95 nautical miles or 150 to 175 kilometers, or 93 to 109 miles behind front line. Can interleaf Doppler mode to detect moving targets. Coverage 1 million kilometers squared or 386,100 square miles. In 8-hour sortie, cruising at 9,145 to 12,220 meters or 30,000 to 40,000 feet. Radar data can be transmitted instantaneously to ground station or attacks by aircraft and ground forces directed via JTID's data link. Raytheon model AXP-3000/500 workstations, 5 Raytheon model 860/866 super mini computers per aircraft. Dimensions external, abbreviated. Wingspan 44.42 meters or 145 feet 9 inches. Length overall 46.61 meters or 152 feet 11 inches. Excuse me. Height overall, 12.95 meters or 42 feet 6 inches. Weights and loadings, weight empty, 77,564 kilograms or 171,000 pounds. Max fuel load, 70,307 kilograms or 155,000 pounds. Max takeoff weight, 152,407 kilograms or 336,000 pounds. Performance, max operating Mach number, 0.84. Service ceiling, 12,800 meters or 42,000 feet. Length 46.61 meters, height 12.95 meters, wingspan 44.42 meters, max takeoff weight 152,407 kilograms, service ceiling 12,800 meters. So we have one image of the cockpit, which again is a picture of the mission bay here, where you can see all the technicians at their stations analyzing the synthetic aperture radar and the other radar um, images or communicating with ground control or with aircraft for ground attack. We saw some capability of this in the Coral Islands campaign where E-8s were directing us to attack ground targets. Photo album, we have 5 pictures. This is the canoe they're talking about. I never noticed it being offset before, but now it's pretty clear. Because most of the time you just see it from the side, so it's really hard to tell. But in the wow, that pitch is like almost exactly the same. It's just this one is landing gear and this one is clearer. But yeah, but here you can see it offset a little bit. Alright, and then finally we have the 3D view where, for whatever reason, it's painted a light green. Although, come to think of it, this looks like the skin. Like, if you ever see an aircraft, particularly military aircraft, when they're fresh from the factory before, like, they have their paint jobs, they kind of have a yellow or yellow-greenish skin. And I'm wondering if since, because the first iteration of the game was 1995, maybe? Which would have been very shortly after the Gulf War. And so, since they were playing for ILC in 97, I wonder if this is them trying to render it with those, with like that temporary coating that they get in the factory. Here, I think, yeah, that looks pretty centered to me. I think they didn't bother with offsetting it here, but I wonder if that's what this is supposed to be evocative of, because otherwise they're normally the light gull gray or dark gull gray that most U.S. military aircraft are, at least the big support aircraft like this or the E-3 or whatnot. So I wonder if that's why that color's different. In any event, that will conclude today's episode. So with that, thank you all for watching and stay tuned for next time and stay safe out there, and we'll see you then.